And welcome, I'm Hammeh, and welcome to my push-play Overwatch guide series, where we get you into battle with Overwatch's heroes as quickly as possible with a quick tipped guide in just 3 or so minutes. Here we focus on general playstyle and simple tips to get you going. For more in-depth guides, subscribe for our longer guide series which will be coming soon. In this episode we're introducing Winston, Overwatch's biggest fan and advocate, adventurer, scientist, and a whole lot more. Just don't call him a monkey. Countdown to guide start initiated.
In 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Winston is a mobile, disruptive, tank-class character, and should be played as a roaming zoner, helping your team control space on certain maps, engage and disengage, and suppressing and harassing some key enemy heroes where necessary. His Tesla cannon can do decent damage at close range, Jump Pack provides mobility, engage, disengage and some damage, Barrier Projector can buy survival time and facilitate team pushes, and Primal Rage significantly increases Winston's harass, mobility and survivability, unleashing the beast for faster movement, more health, shorter cooldowns and a knockback. Check out the Overwatch website for more in-depth videos of these abilities. Winston's at his best when dominating space and pushing on attack as part of a coordinated team effort, so he can harass supports or static player targets. Here's a couple of things to try do as Winston. Do go ape. Sorry Gorilla, I just wanted to use the pun. Winston's jump pack cooldown isn't the longest regardless, so make sure you're using it as often as makes sense. If you're new to him, pick him on a map with open spaces and try to keep moving. Jump in, throw a shield, beat on people then leap away. Target snipers and supports and have fun pushing them out of position. Do remember your melee. The reason I say this is that your Tesla cannon has to channel for a second or so roughly to do the same as a melee attack. If you're low on ammo, given the slowest rate that Winston tickles people with his cannon, as Torbjorn would put it, your melee can make all the difference. Do also remember that Primal Rage heals you up and resets your jump cooldown upon activation. You can use it as a spot heal in a situation where you need to stay alive or to try and help you out of being booped off a map. Here's a few things you should try to avoid. Don't play as a full frontline tank, you're not a Reinhardt. Winston is a big target, so anything that does splash damage or spread damage, far as rockets, Junkrat grenades, Reaper shotguns for example, will shred him pretty quickly if fired semi-accurately. Remember that Barrier Shield can only do so much. As a result, pick your battles, and if you do have to leap into the midst of a group, you should be in Primal Rage or have some backup. Don't also Primal Rage without a purpose. Remember that your huge H pool in Primal Rage is hard for enemies to take down quickly on occasion, but it also, like a Roadhog, can give them an easy way of charging their ultimates, even if they don't kill you. Using your ult as soon as it's ready is tempting, but if you've not taken out a support, shifted a defensive sniper, cleared a nest, or booped enemies into a skydive, then remember that you're feeding your opponents in a way. Always ult with support, or a goal in mind. One thing to remember is Winston, remember his big zoning ability in Primal Rage. Like Lucio, if played well, zoning and controlling space on certain maps can scare your opponents away from taking certain routes. Try areas such as Lijiang Night Market approaches, Ilios Pit and Lighthouse, and all of the usual areas that have readily accessible edges of the map. So much fun to be had. Winston's generally a pretty strong pick on a few maps and game modes, but he's more of a considered pick than a straight up Reinhardt. Here's a few thoughts on when to pick Winston. Do you consider him on control maps firstly? Winston knocking people away from points in Primal Rage mode is one of his strengths. In maps like Nepal's Sanctum for example, controlling a point with the ability to boop environmental kill people by knocking them off is a tailor-made situation for Winston to shine. Do you consider him on maps where there's wide open space and vertical room to manoeuvre? Winston and esports play have been played in duos, particularly on maps like Hollywood's film set, to lock down enemy supports and prevent big reses. If you can harass Pharahs and Mercies mid-air, you're bringing your Winston play to the next level. Do you consider a switch away from Winston in smaller confined spaces where his movement is limited? If you're feeling you're playing more like a frontline tank or damage sponge than a harasser, it's probably time to switch. Couple of top tips or strange but trues for Winston. Remember that Winston's Primal Rage does not knock back a Sentry Form Bastion. This will save you some embarrassment and death later on, trust me. Also remember that Winston's Barrier doesn't block certain attacks, like Symmetra's Photon Orbs, other Winston's Tesla Cannons, Reinhardt's Fire Strike or melee attacks. Your team can fire out of it, remember, however. It does have dual utility that way. Thanks for tuning in to my quick guide to Winston. I hope this gets you playing and experimenting as quickly as possible with his playstyle in the game. If you like this video, be sure to like, comment and subscribe. Hit the playlist here for more vids coming soon. I also run regular Overwatch hero story, world lore, voice line and interaction series, so do check those out too at the link below. Thanks for tuning in, I've been Hammeh, and hopefully see you soon. Take it easy.